All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Don't be shy. Go ahead, grab your beverage of choice, grab your seat, and suss out the vibes. As you can see today, I am doing a late one because if you haven't seen my other video, I have been just experiencing audio issues. I've recorded this twice actually, and this is my third time doing it, but I am doing a video on Noah Cyrus and her mother apparently sharing a man. So if you haven't heard, which you probably already have because this is a late one, Tish Cyrus recently married Dominic Purcell. You may know him from what is that TV show? I think they call it Breakout or something like that. It's Prison Break. Yes, Prison Break. And he is an Australian actor, and he has also been rumored to have been in a situationship with Noah Cyrus, who is like 24. Mind you, Dominic Purcell is like in his 50s. I'm pretty sure Tish, I want to say she's in her 50s or 60s. I'll, put it in the video so you can see their ages. I'll, have it pop up. But yeah, she recently got married, I guess. Congratulations to her if, hopefully it's not true, but that's what we're going to get into in this reading. So with that being said, now that you know the details and the rundown of why I am doing this reading, I do have a few housekeeping things that I have to note for any of you who are new to this channel, or just to reiterate. Okay, so I do readings, divination through tarot cards. So if tarot cards, if mediumship, if divination, numerology, astrology, if any of those things irk your spirit, it goes against your religion, your moral, your creed, now is your moment in time to click off. Thank you so much for the view, but I will not keep you holding here any longer. However, if you are someone who is okay with all of those things that I issue, you're okay with moving forward with an intuitive reading and, having a diviner come through and kind of give you this reading, please proceed with caution. I will say that whether it was with me or with anyone else, and I'm not just saying this just for legal purposes, I truly mean this, that the power of discernment is the greatest power you can use and exercise, not just in tarot, but in your everyday life. Please utilize that moving forward, and know that all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? Because these are intuitive messages and readings that I do, their interpretations, I'm allowed to get them wrong. I'm not going to get it right 100%. Their interpretations. And at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have the power of free will. There is going to be some things that's going to change. It's not always going to match up. So now that I have issued those disclaimers and you understand kind of like the rules and the boundaries of what we're working in, I will proceed forward with this reading. But I just want to make sure that it's perfectly clear. So, yes, I'm interested in this reading because if you haven't also seen it, I did a reading. I will link it here on Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus. This was soon after she won her Grammy for her live performance of Flowers. And it seems like the Cyrus drama is just spiraling because now it's something coming up with the mother and the younger daughter. So yeah, it's crazy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this in kind of like 3 parts. I am going to do a reading between Tish and Dominic, and then a reading between Dominic and Noah, and then Noah and her mom, just to kind of break this down. I will also leave all the timestamps down in the description box or in the comment section so you can see it. I usually forget to leave it in the comment section, but you should definitely see it in the description box below. Okay, so first and foremost, we are going to do Tish and Dominic Purcell. Okay, so I think she knows what people are saying. Okay, and then, oh, I had a lot of cards flip over for him. Five of Pentacles, Justice, Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Magician. Okay, I got one card for him. If you've seen enough of my videos, you know what I'm about to say. But let's get into this, see the energies between the two. Oh, wait, I think one did flip over. Oh, okay, what is this that hit the table? Okay, so I had a couple of things here. Okay, Spirit, give me no more than 3 cards on the energies between Dominic Purcell and Tish Cyrus. Spirit, no more than 3 cards here. Okay. All right. Anything else? No. And that 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords is coming up again. So I think I'm going to leave those here because they came up on the bottom of the deck. So I think it's only right to pull them out because they did fall out earlier. Okay, so for Tish Cyrus here, and the reason why I said I feel like she knows kind of like what's going on in the rumor mill, because we have the 7 of Wands here. And the 7 of Wands usually speaks to me as like the gossip card. It's the gossip monger card. It's the, you know, the whisper about, it's the whataboutisms. It's kind of like, you know, what are the naysayers saying with the 7 of Wands here. And so I think she's probably aware, or she has started to hear kind of like what people have been saying. But I think also because of this bubble here and it's someone at peace, I think she is also closing herself off to hearing a lot of the criticisms or the whataboutisms or the gossip, to the point to, I think it's for her own, which is understandable. It's for her own mental health, but I think it's also to her own detriment as well. Because sometimes, you know, gossip, sometimes it actually can point you in the right direction. The information may not be right, but it may point you in the right direction sometimes when you listen to the gossip. So yes, that's what I'm getting for Tish. Mind you, and Dominic Purcell comes up as the King of Wands in reverse. So to me, this reads as somebody who is kind of like a playboy, someone who is not faithful, someone who can keep in their pens, somebody who may be, you know, romantically loose with themselves, and no judgment. I just want that to be clear. But typically when I see the King of Wands coming up in reverse, it's somebody who's probably not the best or the most loyal when it comes to relationships. Also, the King of Wands could also deal with someone who is an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. So that could have something to deal with it here, but we don't know that. I don't know what his sign is, but that could be some important information. My dog is letting me know that it was time for bed, and so I'm going to have to wrap this up before he just kind of bite me. So then for the energies in between, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. So with the 8 of Swords coming up here, yes, to me, it speaks to kind of like typically when I see the 8 of Swords, it's kind of like, it could be wrong choice. It can speak to anxiety. It can speak to a trap of one's own making. It can speak to feeling weighed down. It can speak to, I kind of think of it as like the flight, fight, fawn, freeze response. Like you have you're so anxious, you have stressed yourself out, your adrenal gland so much where you've activated that fight or flight response, and you actually have, instead of like acting on anything, instead of like fighting or run away, you froze. And this is kind of like what's happening because you decided not to do anything. You decided to look the other way. You decided not to confront that tough choice. And so that's kind of what I'm getting with this Eight of Swords. Now, mind you, we do have the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords that's coming up here. So the Seven of Pentacles is typically just kind of like you've been working, striving, making things happen for your career, or, you know, your job or your side hustle, you know, spending time with people that you need to, your networking, whatever the case may be. You know, you've did your penance, and it doesn't always have to be like financial. It could be time as well. So with the Pentacles card here, so it feels like now you're ready to kind of like see the fruits of your labor, essentially. But with the Ten of Swords coming up here, it's kind of like you're not quite seeing the outcome that you possibly wanted. There's a little of like bittersweet coming up here, like oh well, I had it, I thought it was gonna be that, but it something flourished here, but it's not quite what I was looking for. It's not quite what I wanted. So now you're kind of like, I should move on to greener pastures, or you're looking at somebody else's grass, and because it looks greener from where you're standing, you're hoping to get there. So that's what this is giving to me. But let's see what additional information I'm going to get here. I just want to notice we have the I just want to know we have the Hermit, the Knight, and Don Juan coming up. Okay. They flipped over first, but let's, okay, so Tish keeps getting me 3 cards here. Companion, Teacher, and Trickster. Okay, Tish, this is not reading well for you. Spirit, if it's meant to be for this reading, please let the cards hit the table. Please let the cards hit the table if it's okay. First and foremost, we have the Damsel archetype. And this is someone who is the understanding nature of healthy romance, which inspires you to rely on yourself. We also have hero, heroine, passion for a journey or personal empowerment. Oh, I know where this is going. And then we also have networker in reverse, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Mind you, another card to know here is that we have the Queen, but it comes up in shadow attributes, which is someone who has become arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from this right off the bat. I just want to, before I even pull for Dominic and the energies in between. Again, in my Billy Ray Cyrus versus Miley Cyrus video, I was picking up something health-wise that was going on with Tish. I thought I alluded to, I believe I stated that it might have something to do with cancer, allegedly. I want to correct that on the record. This feels something like mental. There is, I don't want to say a mental illness happening, but I think there is just a mental evolution going on here. And I want to preface this by saying we should not judge too harshly. If you have ever lost someone, if you have ever built your whole life around this one belief and you've had it like turned completely on its head and it's made you have to go back to the drawing board. You had to start back over at numero uno, and rebuilding yourself. I feel like if you are coming from one of those two spaces in life, you probably can sympathize and understand where Tish is coming from and what I am about to say about Tish. This is not to bash her at all. This is just coming from a point of understanding. And it's also not to excuse her behavior either. But Tish has gone through a very public, I would say a very tragic divorce. It could also be taken as a very embarrassing divorce by some people's standards. If she feels embarrassed or not, I'm not going to get into that, but it could be an embarrassing thing. Her family has kind of been ripped apart because of this divorce. You know what I'm saying? And so she has went through a moment where she has broken down. She has had to reinvent herself because she's no longer just Billy Ray Cyrus's wife and Miley Cyrus's mother. She's kind of been pushed out into the forefront, and now she is Tish Cyrus, the woman who has been the woman who has raised, I don't know, I guess some people would say Miley Cyrus is like the crazy girl, or, you know, the out there girl. And, you know, she has been divorced by a husband who left her for a younger woman. So, yes, it's understandable she had a mental breakdown. And I think within that mental breakdown, Trish has had to kind of like internally, she has really had to build back up her self-confidence, because I would not be surprised if she kind of lost herself, and that she also, she lost herself and lost who she was, and probably what she liked and what she wanted to do. And she had to kind of go back and reinvent herself, essentially. And so that's what I'm getting here with this heroine, damsel and the networker here. It's kind of like she had to kind of go back and, you know, it's kind of like if somebody, you was a part of a church or a cult, and they broke you down and built you up the way that they wanted you to be. And then you come to realize, like, y'all have manipulated me, used me, lied to me, whatever. And now that I am no longer this cult member who is following these ideologies, and cults can come in many different forms. Hello, Lululemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to break away from those things, and it's no longer your whole life or that one foundation that you have built yourself upon. You have to kind of like go back and find yourself again. And I think that's what's coming up here. And I think it's to the point where she has been a damsel in distress. I think she still has some of those points where it's, you know, like most of us, we're human, where you have those weak points and maybe people can pick it out or not. But she's at a point where she's kind of like, I have to focus on me, and I can't hear anybody else. And I think that's why the Seven of Wands is here too. I have to isolate and close out everybody else, because if I don't, I'm going to find myself being back in that position where I was this weak person that I didn't like. I don't want to be that person again. I didn't like how I felt when I was there. So I'm going to focus on doing me, essentially. I don't care what anybody say. Like, I'm going to go out here and do what I need to do to make me feel empowered, to make me feel strong again. And so if her marrying this Dominic guy is a part of that, it's understandable. She's like, I'm trying to find love again. I'm trying to believe in love again, essentially. So that's what that's giving. Okay, again, Spirit, if it's meant to stick, let it hit the table. We have dilettante, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Okay, there we go. The dilettante here, I hate to say this. So what I'm intuitively getting is that I don't think Dominic has the best of intentions. Whether they're nefarious, I'm going to leave that up to your interpretation. But I don't think he has the best of intentions. It could just be, you know, they're his own personal things, which really wouldn't make it nefarious, especially if she is aware of it. You know, we all kind of get into certain things for our own personal gain or reasons. And it's not a problem until it becomes at the expense of someone else. It's at the detriment of someone else. That's when I think it becomes a problem, when you get into things for your personal reasons. So not saying this is a bad thing. It could, you know, it could be a good thing. But the other thing I get is kind of like, I think Dominic is someone that Tish kind of needs in her life right now, or wants in her life right now, because of where she is. It's funny, I'm saying this with her, and I was just talking about this with Miley and Billy. I think this whole family has a thing where it's kind of like they connect with people, a partner with people, significant others, whatever you want to call it, date people that they need, that's going to help them in their kind of like self-evolution or where they are in life. And I think Dominic is where Tish is in life. She needs someone who is probably a bit more structured. It just feels like he gives her structure, boundary, maybe a little bit of like confidence is what I'm getting. With the Queen card here and it's coming up in reverse, again, this is someone who has become arrogant with their authority to their own detriment. And you have the Eight of Swords here. Something, again, I'm not wanting to confront something, a trap of your own making, anxiety. Yeah, it just feels like Tish is really going through a lot of mental stuff. I don't know. It just seems like something I want to ignore. Like, I'm putting my foot down. I don't care what you say. What I say, go. And that's it. That feels like the energy in between. I don't really want to face reality right now. Oh my God, there's so much that want to happen. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, so I had a bunch of cards that hit the floor and I'm just going to note them. So we do have January. We have Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We also have the Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. Vase, a secret admirer. Did she know Dominic Purcell long? Star, guaranteed success. And then we also have Flowers, happiness. The other card that flipped out was Key, successful outcome to your problems. But I'm going to throw these back in here, the ones that fell to the floor, to see what's really supposed to come out and stick. Okay, so we got love, deep affection, and caring. We have November, and then we also have Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment. That's what I think is going on here, awareness and understanding. And the underlying energy here is a two-faced friend. Let me show that to you guys with some clarity here so you can see it, what it reads. I need to bring it back some. A two-faced friend, cat. So, yeah, pretty interesting. That's what we got here. Okay, so let's see the juicy part Let's see if what's really going on between Noah and Dominic Purcell. I'm going to pull for him first. Whoa. I've never had my cards do that before. They just like exploded out of my hand. Okay. What was that? They've never done that before. This about to be juicy, ain't it? So what you telling me, Spirit? These cards fell earlier. Nope. We gon' double check and make sure. Nope. Please let it hit the table, Spirit, so I know if it has to stick. Okay. 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 This Empress card, she is all up and through here. You guys, and the Ten of Cups is the card that's coming out underneath, on top of the Nine of Swords here. My God. Okay, let's see here. Right off the bat, I'm going to give you the intuitive reading that I got with this Six of Pentacles. Usually Six of Pentacles is supposed to be reciprocal energy, you know. If I move, you move, give or take, you know, reciprocity, respect, all of that is coming up in reverse here. But what I got intuitively when I seen this Six of Pentacles was that I couldn't get it to work with you. Now, what getting it to work means, was it romantic? Was it for work? Whatever it is, I couldn't get it to work with you. You wasn't working with me. You know, I tried to scratch your back, you didn't scratch mine, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. That's what I was getting with the Six of Pentacles. Intuitively is what I was getting here. Now, and that's for Dominic. Okay, if I didn't clarify that. Now, getting into this with Noah Cyrus here, we have the Four of Wands in the Tower. Now, if you all don't have any understanding of, you know, what the Four of Wands is in tarot, the Four of Wands usually is kind of like, it reads kind of like the Lover's card. It kind of reads like the Marriage card. It reads like the Two of Cups. It reads very fortuitous. It reads like, you know, good coupling, good things happening here. But we do have the Tower here. So to me, it feels like what's kind of like seemed to have happened. There was some connection, relationship here. Again, whether it was for romantic reasons, platonic reasons, work reasons, I'm not going to state that, but it does feel like it didn't quite work out, or there was bells ringing inside of Noah's head of like, no, like, this isn't quite what I thought it was, or there was a bad breakup with the Tower and the Four of Wands here. The only thing that probably would have been worse than that is if I got like the Lovers and the Hierophant card in reverse. Divorce essentially is what those shouts to me is. But let's narrow into the Empress card here. So the Empress card typically can read to things of like intuition. It could read a creation, some new creation or a birth of, it could be a birth of a child, a pregnancy, or some kind of job creation, business opportunity, a dream, fruition coming on here. So that's what it reads overall. So what I'm getting here is that there was some connection here being made. I'm going to say at the minimum, allegedly at the minimum for work purposes, but for whatever reason, it didn't quite work out. Whether, you know, he decided to, you know, jump ship and bail, or if she seen it for what it was and was like, no. There is some intuitive energy here. There is something with the Empress card here of like something new beginning. So I would not be surprised if it was something where like Dominic was trying to break into, say, like country music or, you know, some other level of his acting, and he was hoping this was going to be the way out. So that's what I'm getting with that. But let's get into this even more. Let's see this. Let's confirm my intuitions. Let's see if I'm going to get anything extra. And what is this that wants to stick to the table? Messiah. There is a lot of artistic cards that is coming up for Dominic Purcell, I must say. The artist, the light attributes read, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. I'm laughing. You just heard me suppressing a laugh. Can I say this? Why is there so many? It's just, oh my God. Why is there so many F-boys? What? Okay. I'm just saying, it's giving F-boy energy. Here's what I will say. Allegedly, I would not be surprised if Dominic was the type of person who does like condescending comments or like backhanded comments, or acts like he's like a spiritual guru, but it's really just like, what did he just say? Like, I would not be surprised if he was that type of person, because that's what it's giving me. Let's take note. There is a lot of judgment coming up. We got Judge, Visionary, the Alchemy card in reverse, and the Destroyer. But I'm going to mix these up in here, and we're going to see what's really was supposed to come out, okay? Because it did not hit the table, so I'm not letting it sit. What else also flipped over? Martyr. Victim. Okay, let's see what we got. We have the Avenger, but it's coming up in the shadow, which reads, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. No. We have Angel, also coming up in shadow attributes, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Mediator, also coming up in the shadow. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Okay, so I'm reading here. Fulfill. Noah, please come to the front of the congregation. It's time for you to get rid for filth. Miss Mamas, I don't know if you're probably not being clear that you out here allegedly laying it low and spreading it wide for people you probably shouldn't be, or you don't have a connection with. But whatever, you're a young lady and you're out here dating, so we'll move past that. However, I think she is someone who is very in tune with stuff. Like, she sees stuff from a mile away, and I think she probably disregarded it in this case of just like, nah, because maybe she felt like her feelings wasn't going to get involved. I feel like feelings got involved, and allegedly, I would not be surprised that Mr. Purcell was like, oh, this is becoming more than what I thought it was going to be. You kind of tried to play me, or you was, playing these younger games, these reindeer games. All right, got you. I can show you better than I can tell you. And that's what happened. And she probably thought she was going to get her way, and she didn't get her way. Okay, so Rebel and Mother Nature, but it's coming up in reverse. So first up, Rebel rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. What is Mother? Ooh, wait a minute. Rebel against Mother. Empress, the mother. Shadow attributes read smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Y'all, I'm not gonna read that. That should be quite loud and clear. Mother is the energies that's coming up in between them. I wonder why. I see what that was. Oh, this is not funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny. This is quite sad. Okay, there's 4 cards here. Okay, first and foremost, we have dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. We also have target, a goal-oriented person. We have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. We also have frying pan, trouble, accusations. And then we have peacock, beware of great pride. You all connect the dots. You all connect the dots. These last few cards I pulled is starting to... But we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the last part of this. Because I'm not about to get in trouble. You're not going to get me to say it. So let's look at what Noah and Tish got going on. Yes, I'm going to I'm going to pull for Tish. Sorry, not Tish. For Noah first and then Tish. So let's see what's coming up here. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep laughing. Ooh. I want it to come out. Okay, this is a lot. Okay, you guys. Tish is motherly mother. She's motherly mother. She's coming up in all her motherly energies here. That's the straight mama energy. The High Priestess and the Empress. Ooh, that's mama. Spirit, let it hit the table if it's meant to stick. Okay, what was this? 2 cards? I believe it. I believe it. It just keeps coming up and smacking me in the face. I think Noah and Dominic did have a connection. I did want to say it. Allegedly. Allegedly, Dominic and Noah had a connection here, you guys. The other underlying card here is the 6 of Cups. Six of Pentacles in reverse. And what do you know? The Queen of Cups coming up in reverse. And usually the Queen of Cups is also another motherly card. But in this instance, when it comes up in reverse like that, it kind of reads like emotional manipulation. It can read very cold. It can read as somebody who is being emotionally immature as well. Jeez. Sorry, I just heard my stomach rumble. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords is coming up here in reverse. So yes, the Page of Pentacles is usually, it can be someone who's young. I don't know if Noah is a earth sign or not. So that could be somebody who is a Cancer, Virgo, or Taurus. I'm not sure if she is, but that's typically what the Pentacles deal with, the earthly signs, but it is coming up in reverse. So to me, this feels like, this feels like something, there's some, I don't know, Noah, I feel like there's been some manipulation on her end. There is some, I thought I knew better. I thought I could play people. I thought I could, do this, and things were supposed to work out the way I wanted. It's kind of reading bratty. It's coming up here with this Page of Pentacles, and you around and got your heart broke. Some didn't turn out the way you wanted. That's what I'm getting intuitively. You dealt your cards wrong. I don't know. You wrote a check yet couldn't cash. That's what I'm getting here. I'm sorry. Allegedly, that's what I'm getting. Okay, moving on to Tish here. She is giving big mother energy. She is giving, I am a mother. Okay, she's giving that with the Empress card here in the High Priestess, and as I stated before, it gives very motherly energy. Again, the Empress could speak to pregnancy, could speak to motherhood, could speak to creation, the birth of something new. Partnered here with the High Priestess, with the intuition, knowing things or seeing things before you know and see them actually happen, before somebody actually tell you, just kind of like being tapped in here, and it's coming up in the upright. So again, I would not be surprised if Tish is in the know possibly of what's going on, but she has still moved forward or moved according to what she wanted to do. Don't know the reasoning behind that. I can't get into it. Again, I probably alluded to it or touched on it when I did the reading between her and Dominic at the first part of this video. You know, addressing kind of like what she has gone through, the recreation that she has gone, you know, she is doing right now. So yes, there also speaks to me of just, there's some healing here, some healing energy that is happening, some emotional rejuvenation that is being stimulated. There is, it also speaks to, again, some kind of enlightenment that is happening. So we have the Page of Cups here in reverse with the Six of Cups. Usually the Six of Cups, I'm going to start from the bottom up. The Six of Cups usually speaks to things in the past, things remembered. It could speak to childhood. It could speak to past connection. Six of Cups usually speaks to kind of past memories, connection, childhood, whatever the case may be. Also with the Page of Cups here, it's usually someone who is very like romantic, very suave. But you know, with this coming up in reverse, with both of these coming up in reverse, it feels to me like it wasn't the best connection. You know, the Page of Cups, again, it usually deals with water signs. That is Scorpios, Cancers, and Pisces. So typically when I hear all of those, it could be kind of like my way or the highway. It could be someone who is very, again, emotionally immature. It could also speak to someone who's probably emotionally explosive, someone who utilizes their gifts of connection or nurturing and stuff like that to kind of like reel you in order to kind of like throw it back in your face kind of thing. It could also speak to somebody who's probably quite dreamy. They're not quite here. So they're kind of like have their heads in the clouds. With the Six of Cups here coming up in reverse as well, to me it speaks to like a bad connection, bad memories, something that wish we didn't happen, connection being broken, trust being broken, whatever the case may be, etc., etc. So I do think there's a past from a man coming up here that has really just hurt things. This can, again, I feel like it may have something to do with Dominic, but it could be something dealing with Billy Ray Cyrus. Like, Mom, I can't believe you're doing this after Dad, you know, kind of thing. But let's get into this even more and see what's coming up. Already something. Okay, this is the second time I have shuffled. I didn't see it on camera, but this is the second time I've shuffled for Noah and the victim card flipped over. She in victimhood. She is playing victim, and I'm going to put that out there because this is the second time for her specifically I have shuffled and that card has flipped over. Noah is playing victim. I don't know exactly in what way and how, but she is playing victim. Previously, and when I was doing her and Dominic in this reading, again, it was something to the effect of her acting like she's angelic or like she's nice when she's quite not. Somebody's playing victim because her plan or whatever she wanted, the outlook that she wanted has not happened. But Spirit, let the card stick if this is in regards to, ooh, come on now. I couldn't even form the question. We just going to get pioneer, compulsive need to keep moving, and lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. It's starting to read like, what's that movie? Obsession? Okay, here we go again with the Judge card. I'm not going to read this other one because this was, well, actually, you know what? Nope, I am going to read that. That's one of the cards I created. But the Judge card comes up in the light. It says, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, which she has not been doing. Now, this is a card I've created, and it reads, Pick Me, the mean girl, the video vixen. This is someone who is attractive, under the male gaze, internalized masculine and feminine form. Their shadow attributes read oppressive, weak-willed, subjective. This is not painting the best picture of Miss Noah, I must say. Y'all, okay, this is what I'm gonna ask. Nope, I'm not gonna say that because it's gonna sound so effing problematic. No, I'm gonna, ooh, y'all hear my stomach growling. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna eat after this. So what I'm gonna say it because this is something that I'm getting here. What if Tish and her probably were both dating Dominic? Tish more seriously, or just like fooling around, and maybe he was dating both of them. Maybe he knew, maybe he didn't know that they were related, whatever the case may be. And this is all alleged. I'm just saying, like, what if and Tish and Dominic decided to make it serious, and Noah couldn't believe, like, oh, you chose my mom over me. And she was the one who leaked it. Leaked this information about him being her ex. And it could be a thing of, like, maybe he went further with Tish than he did with Noah. Like, maybe at first maybe he had just like a work relationship with Noah or something like that, and Noah was thinking that he was digging her, and then come to find out you weren't digging me, you were digging my mom. Like, it could even be something like that. Like, it probably didn't even get that far, but the narrative is out there now. And I would, again, what if Noah spread that, what if that's what's going on here? It's not reading too well for Miss Noah. Okay. I had a card fly all the way across the room. So let's see here. Wasn't I just telling y'all a story? I was just telling y'all a story of what could have been going on, and look at what I get. Storyteller. And the storyteller reads, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. But the shadow attributes read, making up tales that harm others. Is Spirit trying to tell me I'm on the right track? Because that is so funny that I got that. Is Spirit trying to tell me I'm on the right track? Because that is so funny that I got that after just speculating what could have been going on. Okay, Spirit, let it hit the table if it is supposed to stick, please. Here on the top. Lover, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. The Lover card. Got that earlier. Ooh. Okay. So we have the athlete, and I'm going to read both the light and the shadow because it fell to the side like this. So the athlete's light attributes read dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. The shadow attributes read misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends. Page of Pentacles, misusing your talents for selfish ends. False sense of invulnerability and entitlement. And the underlying card here is dealing with poet, expressing insights in symbolic language. Turns a lyrical gift to negative or destructive effects here. So, yes, there's some kind of abuse of power or connection that was going on in the past. It's kind of like the underlying bubble up here. But let's see if Spirit is going to get us any more insight here. Okay, we have Vine. Seek out information that will help you. What else? No? Okay. Marriage, wind chimes, peace and harmony, bouquet, compliments from an admirer. What else flipped over in here? Key, successful outcome to a problem. Let's see. I feel like there's one more that wants to come out. Month of the year. Remember January came out earlier too for Tish and Dominic. So I feel like a lot of this stuff was already at a head or was coming to a head, or an argument or a decision was made in January, or it will be happening again, or it will be happening in January of 2025. But January has come up twice in this reading. So I think that's a very important month to keep in mind. So yeah. There has been a marriage. Allegedly, there's been a union between Tish and Dominic Purcell that has happened. There is some peace and harmony in a sense because she did not invite her daughter to the wedding. If you didn't hear about that yet, allegedly Noah was not invited to the wedding. There has been a success. At least they have registered their marriage. I don't know if that's what the success is coming up with here. Or is Tish gonna have to she's starting to isolate her daughter because of this whole debacle. Seeking out information that will help you. I think again this is alluding to Tish because I said something earlier in this reading about there's something that she is probably like not wanting to confront, or she's like silencing because right now she just can't handle it. Like she's like in mental capacity or whatever at this moment. And then we also have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. Take that, read that one, because I'm gonna tell you when I'm getting that ass, I'm so like, I know a lot of people is probably going to look at Dominic Purcell like he's the dirty boy. But what I will say is I don't think everything is as it seems. And I would not be surprised if Noah Cyrus is kind of like the stalker or whatever in this situation, because it's getting the movie Obsessed. Like, that's just what keeps coming up. But this is just... Again, this is my interpretation. This is not fact. This is all intuitive messaging. This is alleged for entertainment purposes only. That's just what I'm getting. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Make sure to subscribe so you can see the next time I upload and see more videos like this in the future, and hit that notification bell. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this reading. You enjoy your day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.